Okay, guys, when it comes to what's going on in politics today, many of us think we know what Social Security is all about. Well, at least many of us that are looking forward to it in the future. Now, those of you that are already on Social Security know quite a bit about it. But today we're going to talk to those that are still trying to understand what the Social Security program and its benefits are all about and how they'll benefit us in the future. As well as we all know, because of the Supreme Court, the eviction moratorium has actually come to an end. And therefore, a lot of individuals are going to be looking for stateside, citywide benefits that are available for you right now. That's free rent money. We're going to talk about that in details here on Mostly Money. Well, you're watching Mostly Money, where you're going to get all facts, no fake, no phony, and no fluffed up information when it comes to what's going on in politics. And if you're interested in getting this information on a daily basis, well, you've made it to the right channel. All you need to do for yourself right now is subscribe. Click that bell notification so you get the latest and greatest information coming from Mostly Money, because we're going to always be here for you and your loved ones. Let's get started. As I mentioned before, many of us who are not receiving Social Security benefits assume that we know, but we actually don't know everything that we should. Therefore, let's take a few minutes out and understand a little bit more about the program that we call Social Security.
A Quinnipiac poll shows that less than half of Americans actually think that Social Security will be able to pay them a benefit when they retire.
More and more young clients are asking whether or not Social Security is going to be there for them. And we don't know the answer to that question.
Since 2010, Social Security's cash flow has been negative, which is just a fancy way of saying that the agency isn't collecting enough money through taxes to cover what it's paying out. But all wasn't lost. There was still this huge trust fund behind Social Security, so they started tapping the interest on that fund. But here's the thing, they'll have to dip into the trust fund itself to cover those benefit payments, and even that pool of cash has an expiration date. Trustees of the fund expect that by 2035, it won't be enough to cover full benefit payments, and thanks to that date may come years sooner than expected, which has some retirees seriously worried about their future. But experts speaking to CNBC think that lawmakers will not, under any circumstances, let the system go bust. Which begs the question, what went so brutally wrong for the 85-year-old program, and will it actually be there when you're ready to retire?
Social Security was originally intended to just do three things: provide benefits for retired, unemployed, and disadvantaged Americans.
The first monthly Social Security check was cashed in 1940 for a grand total of about $23. Fast forward to 2020, and the average retired worker gets around $1,500 a month from Social Security. Nearly 9 out of 10 people aged 65 and older receive Social Security benefits, and Gallup research shows that some 57% of retirees say it's a major source of income in their retirement. So how exactly are those monthly benefits calculated? Well, they're based on your income, the year you were born, and the age you decide to start taking money out.
Think of Social Security like a pay-as-you-go type program. Benefits being paid out today mainly come from payroll taxes collected from today's workers. Now, for over 30 years, Social Security was flush with cash. It took in more in payroll taxes and other income than it was paying out in benefits and expenses.
But here's the thing. Since 2010, the payroll tax hasn't been enough to cover benefit payments for the massive baby boomer generation that started to retire. In 2016, the deficit of $75 billion was covered by the interest earned on the trust fund. In 2019, interest covered almost $81 billion of benefit payments. But starting in 2021, living off the interest won't be enough because people are living longer and millions of baby boomers are retiring.
Now, what does this mean for you? And many policy experts agree that federal lawmakers are going to intervene to solve the shortfall before the agency has to resort to cutting benefits. One such plan is called the Social Security 2100 Act, which includes some tax increases while avoiding benefit cuts. And that's just one of many options that Congress has at its disposal.
At the end of the day, you want to make sure that you make the right decision for you when it comes to when to take your benefits, whether it be like most people at the age of 62 years old, or whether it be the direction that the program is going to, where many are going to start taking theirs at 67 or even 70 years old. Either way, make sure that you are putting yourself in the position to where you have to not just lean on your Social Security benefits to take care of yourself, whether it be another small job or whether it be large investments that you made. because many that are on Social Security right now can attest that it is not as much money as you might think if you only lean on your Social Security benefits to take care of yourself over the rest of your life. And now when it comes to taking care of yourselves, the eviction moratorium is officially at its end. The Supreme Court has already put down its gavels and said that it is over. They're not even going to wait until October 3rd. And that means a lot of individuals may be losing their homes.
Struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court, landlords can now start collecting rent again, but millions of Americans can also now potentially be thrown out of their homes in the middle. The Supreme Court ended the CDC's latest eviction ban 5 weeks before it was scheduled to expire in October. President Biden has extended the moratorium earlier this month, but a group of landlords challenged that, saying Congress never gave the CDC that authority. On what happens next to the millions of tenants and landlords, here's CNBC's Contessa Brewer.
Across the nation, the Supreme Court's ruling on the national eviction moratorium has caused confusion, questions, and real concern.
I don't want to be on the street.
Yvonne Bryant is among the estimated 21,000 people in danger of eviction in Chicago. Nationwide, 6.4 million households are behind on rent, according to a federal survey. In Nebraska, landlords already are pressing to push people out.
We had a case just this morning where yesterday at 5 o'clock, I thought the CDC eviction moratorium was going to protect them. And then come this morning, it didn't. And it's a family, there's kids.
New York's new governor calls the Supreme Court decision appalling and insensitive. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi described it as arbitrary and cruel. Both women have promised to explore legislative solutions to the problem. And the president is asking state and local leaders to block evictions.
Our objective is to keep as many people around the country in their homes as possible.
But landlords argued in court they've lost as much as $19 billion a month. That's especially tough for individual landlords who own half the rental properties across the U.S., according to industry experts.
This decision is long overdue. The real harm has been impacted upon the small landlords who had tenants who were not impacted who did not pay. Two, had tenants who have absconded and abandoned the property.
Dean Hunter tells me there will be no tsunami of evictions. He says because there are hundreds of programs and hundreds of billions of dollars available in rental assistance, though only 11% of the Treasury's rent relief funds have been paid out.
So make sure you take advantage of the programs when it comes to stateside citywide benefits. There is free rent money available in all 50 states. You have to apply for it. If you're not applying, then you're doing yourself and your family a disservice. Yes, I know there's a waiting list. Yes, I know that it can be a little confusing when it comes to the applications. But remember, each application in each state, as well as their websites, have a phone number for you to reach out and call. The states are already giving out this money. So your state is not sitting on the money. They've already started the process of giving out this free stimulus money for your rent and your utilities and your family. They've already started the process. So you need to start the process of applying. Now, we've already started the process of talking about each one of the states. If you cannot wait for me to go through all 50 states, all you need to do is to email me at this email address right here, and I will send you the list of the latest, the new updated list of programs for this free rent utility money. Now realize this money can be all the way up to $25,000 to take care of you, but I'm still going to talk about each one of the states separately. But you email me and I'll get that list out to you of all 50 states and the free rent stimulus money programs that you can sign up for. And like I said before, just be a little patient with them. I know it's going to take some time, but it's better to get the money eventually than not get the money at all. There is a waiting list of several weeks. However, just like with most of the state's websites, you can apply there, and there are phone numbers for you to call for assistance if you have any problem with completing the application. Many of you, it may not take that much, but it's at least up to $20,000 that you can apply for. It may only take you $5,000 to get back on track. And many of you, it may just take $10,000 to get back on track, but at least this money is available. But if you don't apply for it, let's put it like this. Somebody's going to get the money. And if you don't apply for it, somebody else will get it. And you want to make sure that you're one of them, because once this money runs out, it is gone. Now, in our next video, we're going to continue on with 6 more states and give you more details about how to apply to those programs. But as I mentioned before, if you're interested in getting the list of all 50 states, all you have to do is just reach out to me, email me, and I'll get that out to you today. We're Mostly Money, and I'm here to give you all facts. No fake, no phony, and no fluffed up information when it comes to what's going on in politics, stimulus negotiations, and making sure that you and your loved ones are taken care of. And if you're interested in getting this information on a daily basis, well, you come to the right channel. All you need to do for yourself is subscribe. Click that bell notification so you can get the latest and greatest information coming from Mostly Money. I'm about to get a cup of coffee. I'll meet you guys in the comments section. And if I don't get a chance to speak to you, you don't get a chance to speak to me, we are not going to fret about it because you'll be seeing me again. Mañana.